Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Handling the Western Conference, the Sacramento crowd hoping to watch their Kings come out on top. And, of course, they are still without Blake Griffin.
Kevin, he's one of the best two-way players in the game. There's no doubt he's going to be missed.
You know, it's almost like having to replace two guys when you think about what he does at both ends of the floor.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Luke Mbah-a-Moute, and it's Green in at the 3 slot.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second-chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound. Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
It's stolen by McLemore. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Cousins with a screen for Rondo. He dishes it to McLemore. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. McLemore's got his first 3 points of the game. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the second most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West teams tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West.
Jordan's shot is off.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Rondo against Paul. Inside, it's deflected. It's stolen by Green. Here's Redick, and Rondo sends it back.
Certainly not the dream start they were hoping for, going 1 for 4 early.
To the paint, Mbah-a-Moute with the steal. Green kicks to Mbah-a-Moute. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
Rondo with it. Pass to Gay. Back to Rondo. He feeds it to Cousins. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Jordan with a screen on Rondo. Paul dishes to Jordan. 16 feet away, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. And guys, Jeff Green, by every measure of athleticism and skill, should have become one of the game's better small forwards, but inconsistency has plagued him throughout his career.
And Kevin, I always go back to something my college coach told me. The mental to the physical is 4-to-1 in this game. And so through those 7 full seasons, he's teased everyone with that talent. And then it does suddenly disappear. And there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that it is mental. He hasn't been able to sustain it in terms of the consistency, and that's why he hasn't fulfilled his potential.
Now here's Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Green with the block. Here's Paul. Pass to Green. Fires from deep. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
You know, with Jeff Green, the one thing you can say about him is he's been durable, especially since he'd had the unforeseen heart issue in 2011 for which he needed season-ending surgery. Since then, over the past 3 full seasons, he's played in 81, 82, and 78 games.
And here is Cousins following Jeff Green's 3. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And talking about Jeff Green, I'm rooting for him. I mean, I'm rooting for him to finally put it all together, to gain and maintain the confidence, and really to fulfill the vast potential we all know that he has. And one thing about Ben McLemore, he can be an absolute lights-out shooter. Last season was a big improvement over his rookie campaign. Up in field goal, three-point, and free throw accuracy. Really just scratching the surface in terms of his potential.
And the wide open shot from Green. No good on the triple. The Kings trailing. Now here's Rondo. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. McLemore, no good. And for Ben McLemore out of Kansas, he knew he had to work harder after the Kings drafted a guy to replace him, Nick Stauskas. And, of course, Stauskas went on to have Clark an even worse rookie campaign than McLemore had the year before.
Yeah, and McLemore actually on the uptick, very much improving in year 2, and that means perhaps Stauskas will be the odd man out.
Here's Cousins after the basket by Los Angeles. Kicks it out to Gay. Shot clock at 6. And taken away by Paul. There's the dish to Green. That doesn't go either for Green. The Kings trail by 4. Gay left side. Back to Rondo. Down low, AC, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Amute, a screen on Rondo. Paul outside. Kicks it to Redick. Clock at 6. The three-pointer off the mark. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside Rondo. There's a good screen. He kicks to AC. To the inside. And Cousins throws it down.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. They're talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
Here's Collison following the score by Jamal Crawford. Collison kicks to Gay. Passes it to Bellinelli. Shoots it. And that one no good to start him off on the night. The Clippers in the lead. Unloads from 9. Offensive rebound. Pierce wide open. He fires. And the jumper is good.
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it all hype or will it be reality? We're about to find out, along with the fans in this stadium and the people watching at home.
And you can feel the excitement in here today, guys. I mean, anytime you add a player of his caliber, it is going to be a huge lift for your team.
Here is Caspi after Paul Pierce's score. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
To the paint. Here's Aldridge, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
And here are the Kings now after the Clippers pick up 2. Gay passes to Collison. Gay kicks to Koufos. It's stolen. And here is Paul, looking for his first basket still in this one. Johnson outside. It's Pierce on the wing. Launches a 3. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Pierce. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. Now Collison. 3 for Caspi, and that one's good. Caspi's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that. Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it, Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and has been a contributor and an impact player on all of them. .144 left to play in the first quarter. Pierce kicks to Paul. Here's Aldrich. Koufos with the block. Down to 5 on the shot clock, and they'll keep possession. Clippers leading by 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Take a look at Redick, one of the league's best, 3rd in free throw percentage. And, of course, Jamal Crawford, another player that shoots extremely well from the free throw line.
And how about the work both of them put in from the foul line? Just such a consistent, dependable performance from both.
Here's Bellinelli, guarded by Crawford. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Here's Koufos. The Clippers grab the miss. And it's Paul penetrating and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the standard bearer of point guards. I mean, he can pass, he can score, he plays great defense. He also competes. But what makes him the floor general that all others are measured against, really the instincts and leadership.
Now here's Collison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Feeds to Koufos. Back to Collison. Shoots the 3. Collison with another miss. Going back to Chris Paul, if you could build a point guard from scratch, Clark, he might be the model.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could do much worse than him, that's for sure. One of the very best. 6 times he's led the NBA in steals. Just an incredible all-around player. One of the greatest team leaders, I think, in the history of the league as well.
For the last 2 seasons, he's led the league in assists. You're right.
Clippers foul call. Paul Pierce. That's his first personal foul.
The Kings have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Crawford, no one around him. Crawford missing again. Gets it off. The shot is off. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 2. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team.
Our bench is amazing. It's so exciting because when our bench comes in, more often than not, if we're losing, they're going to get us the lead. And if we have the lead, they're going to increase the lead. And it's fun to watch because everybody cheers for each other, too.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit